here.
Yeah, I can either.
Incredible. Amazing.
That's weird.
Oh. I thought Stone Cold was going to come out for a second.
You're not the only one.
Hey! Here we are. We're here. We're here. Don't worry. We're okay. We're good. Just technical difficulties, but then again, it's Bedford TV, so
Always technical difficulties.
take what you can get. Anyway, welcome to episode 232 of the most must-see award-winning show to ever hit the Bedford TV airwaves, or any airwaves for that matter. North, south, east, west, backwards, frontwards, diagonally, sideways, any which way you look at it, all around the world, and the longest running episodic weekly program in Bedford TV history. Thank you. The Wrestling Kennection. I am your host, your connection to the wrestling world, the pontiff, the pro wrestling populace, the brand new two-time WK Big Four pay-per-view champion, and of course, the perfect Ken, Mr. Ken Hill, delivering all the news to you in professional wrestling today, and alongside me, as always,
The consumer of wrestling knowledge, the prize fighter of the Wrestling Connection, the breaker of cans, the legacy and Team Kaufman, the dragon, back with his gold, the multi-title title holder. Dan Kaufman's here as well.
and of course, our good buddy Jaymes.
The Wrestling Technician, Billy Kidman, James Warden.
Well,
Of course.
welcome, James. And, of course, we have a new member to the WK crew today. Sir, good sir, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Matt, longtime wrestling fan, first time on the show. Glad to be here.
Happy to have you.
Happy to have you. All right, so, Matt, just like, I mean, tell a little for the WK audience. Like, what got you into wrestling? Like, who's your favorite wrestler?
Current or present? Both?
Both.
Let's see. Current favorite wrestler would have to be Seth Rollins, just for the fact, the way he puts on matches, the way that he is so creative, and the way that he does his matches. Present.
So basically everything Rollins does except for his laugh.
Yes. Yes.
that laugh.
Exactly. Let's see. And his past, I'd have to say Shawn Michaels. Hands down, probably one of the best.
You can't go much better than that.
No.
All right, so you two, welcome to the man. Well, welcome back to welcome back to the madness that is the Wrestling Connection. Now, of course, today, since it's the week after a pay-per-view, it's our SummerSlam 2018 pay-per review. View.
Ellipses.
View.
ETC.
ETC.
All right. Yes,
Exclamation
our
point.
pay-per-review for SummerSlam 2018, which was actually shocker.
There was actually not a really bad match on the card.
It wasn't bad per se.
Like,
It
some
wasn't
matches were like set for failure, and somehow they managed to pull it out.
bad.
And no, I'm not referring to the
The pre-show.
pre-show.
All right. A lot. So we got 13 matches, so we got a lot of digging to do.
Yeah.
But before that, we would like to take it to, well, I guess not the out of control booth, since we have our demure new executive producer on hand today to help out with the show. Miss, why don't you introduce yourself to the WK audience?
Can you guys actually hear me in there?
No, it cannot. No, she was having mic issues before.
We're having
she was
mic
trying to get through.
issues. I don't know what's
I think
going on.
there's a big switch right up there. I think that's it.
Try it.
Try it now.
No. All right.
Did you try pressing the mic?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
It was. We were trying to do that before. Again, technical issues.
All right. So again, big shocker. All
It's
right.
all right.
All right. So anyway, we'll introduce her. We'll introduce her later on. All right. But in the meantime, of course, it's time for our favorite segment. Of course, I'm talking about Hill's highs
And Dan's downers.
Wow. All right. So you know what? This week, okay. We usually do good news, bad news.
Yeah. We're starting off with.
Let's get the bad news out of the way. Okay.
So the downer for this week is going to involve a one Dave Meltzer and a one Peyton Royce.
Yes, the vaunted Dave Meltzer, the procurer of so much factual wrestling information.
Yes. A lot of people consider his star rating to be absolute.
Sometimes absolute hooey. On occasion.
But we're referring to what he was saying about Peyton Royce in one of his
Yes,
podcasts.
Yes, Peyton Royce of the Iconics female duo on SmackDown.
Yes.
Made some rather
Less than savory.
comments about her
figure.
her physical figure.
Dave Meltzer himself had said on there that he liked her better when she was on NXT. She was lighter.
All right, so do we have the photos? Dan's downers.
There it
we go.
is.
Perfect. Okay.
So clearly Dave didn't exactly.
If you white us out for a second,
vanish.
We vanish. Connection. Vanish.
There we go.
All right, there. And you see, I'm sorry. That's not light.
She did respond saying, "Do you expect me to starve myself?" Seth said
actually-
-6 stars. On SmackDown.
Well, actually, we have a response in the next photo.
Yeah, right there. That's the one where she says, "Do you expect me to starve myself?" And
and I mean, here's the thing, Dave. Not playing devil's advocate here. No.
apparently a lot of people seem to think that he didn't exactly mean weight-wise. Apparently, most people are saying that Dave's always had a less than favorable opinion towards plastic modification, plastic surgery. She did get enlargements for her breasts.
I was gonna say, if you look at both pictures, though, you can't really tell
Can't
the
really
difference
tell.
between.
Yeah.
Not really.
There's no real
It's
difference.
not as noticeable as, say, someone like Charlotte.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Charlotte,
yes, definitely. Where
Alexa got it.
Alexa got it.
Nikki Bella.
And regardless, it's just in a day and age where everyone is so sensitive to body issues, it's just not something you say because people can just people nowadays can just jump right on it, take it in the wrong context, however you intend. Doesn't matter how you intended it. Even if you intended it as just saying, okay, I don't think you should have gotten the implants. Here's the thing: you just gotta come out and say what you mean to say. Like you can't make implications anymore.
or you don't say it at all. I mean, that might have been one of those statements where he may have just.
It's just one of those things that like you
It's
said,
funny.
You're better off not saying.
You don't say it at all.
Yeah, on that episode, I did get a bit of that. The other guy with him, I think it was Brian Alvarez. I think it was tends to be with him.
Right.
He kept going over and it's like, just so we're saying, we don't think she's unattractive or anything like that. We just saying, she looked different on NXT. She's here now. And then Dave Meltzer got that one barb in. She was lighter. And then he tried to apologize, saying, I find you to be a very attractive individual. And then, so he just can't seem to say the proper.
He backtracked. So he had to backtrack.
He backtracked.
It's no surprise because, like I said, you say something like that, you're setting yourself up to be scrutinized over and over again. Do I think people maybe took it a little too far? Well, yeah. Okay, he came out like I think like a day later, apologized for what he said. Didn't mean to do it. Obviously, he's going to get a lot of scorn. It's not the first time Dave has earned the scorn of many a wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if we've seen the things John Bradshaw Layfield has said about this guy.
Yeah.
About how he's
not exactly the best judge of character either.
No. I mean, how Meltzer played a perfect stooge during the 90s. I mean, so basically, this is not the first time Meltzer's really stepped in it with a wrestler. So, obviously, it won't be the last.
Yeah. Honestly, this will blow over in a week or two.
It will. Bottom line...
It's Meltzer. People are going to still look to him for as many facts as they can about the inside wrestling world.
Or they could just look here to someone who's actually honest and doesn't speak in platitudes.
Believe us, we are good. So saith the Foley.
Get connected. All right. So
we do have a high, but
I think we'll save it. Hold on. Whoa, hit the brakes. We'll save it for when we review the actual match in question.
Yes.
So right now, let's get to our SummerSlam review. All right. So the first, obviously, is our pre-show matches.
Yep.
So the one I wanted to get to first was actually the Cruiserweight Championship match, which was surprisingly very interesting. I mean, it was a Cruiserweight match with two guys who've been there since the beginning of the 205 Live division. So honestly, they've known each other for a while. We're talking about Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak.
One of the ones where you were on an island and you laid on your sword for that one.
Yeah, I did. I went for Gulak, and I can't. And as more Renault would say, no water in the pool.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, it says Cruiserweight Championship on it. I mean, she does have 13 matches to go through, so I guess I can't blame her.
Yeah. So we'll just talk about the match for now.
Okay. So anyway, I mean, the focus was, of course, Cedric's neck. Gulak's cronies, Kendrick and Gallagher, had been focusing on it for the last couple of weeks at singles competition, really softening Alexander up. And it looked like many times Gulak had Alexander's number, only for Alexander to keep coming back, until a series of roll-ups ended up with Alexander pinning Gulak down for the count of 3.
Not the last time you'll see a roll-up.
Well, yeah, you'll see that's kind of the theme of the kickoff matches.
Yeah.
And it seems like our producer's having really hard time rooting through the photos right there. You can't. All right. Do you want to head back there? Give her a hand. See if you can. Maybe. All right. Okay. So we got our own crack staff member going back there and helping her.
See
out.
what we can do with that.
Got our secret weapon going in there.
Bum, 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 bum.
Although the wrestling technician's out here, so.
True. Yeah. Very true.
There you go.
So anyway.
So yeah, we also had like nice spot of putting in the Gulak on the ropes.
Oh, yeah, like the tarantula.
For a good moment.
Like
I was thinking the
nasty.
tarantula exactly when that happened.
Nasty. All right. So I mean, you had that. Then you had the B team versus the Revival.
The Revival.
All right. Now, here's the other thing. I went with the B team on this one.
Everybody went with the B
Everybody
team.
did.
Everyone's going to go with the B team on this.
I didn't think it was. I mean, it was a pre-show. It didn't feel like the right time for a change. And obviously, I mean, B team came up with this with another fluke win. I liked it because they seem like the Revival actually did a really good job of making the B team look less just like a fluky team that lucked into the tag team titles and more like an underdog team.
The Revival did what the Revival do best. They actually had tactics in there.
Right. They took out Axel. They isolated Bo. They made them look like a underdog team struggling to fend off a very aggressive veteran team. And it worked for them. It worked for the most part. I actually thought it was a much better match than I think anyone was giving it credit for.
Oh yeah.
And of course, Dallas and Axel pick up the win.
Bo and Kurt, they've been in the industry for a good while now. People keep forgetting how long they've actually been here.
Was it? One was second NXT.
Second NXT was Bo Dallas.
Curtis Axel.
Oh, Curtis Axel.
And then Bo Dallas was
a former NXT champion.
Yes, he
we
was.
can't forget that.
No,
you can't forget that. I mean, Curtis Axel, former Intercontinental Champion, former tag
He
team
beat
champion.
Triple H.
he did.
By like being declared unfit.
Unfit. Triple H, if you are unfit, you must quit.
Right. All right, so we had those. So we had those two matches. The third kickoff match, I believe...
From a WWE Championship match to a kickoff mixed tag match.
Yes, Rusev and Lana
versus Andrade Cien Almas and Selena Vega.
And this was kind of a do-nothing match because English actually stayed in the back. Nothing happened. I thought that this was going to be the spot where, English separates from Rusev and Lana, and nothing happened. Basically, Andrade and Selena got a win. Selena rolled up Lana for yet another pinfall. So yeah, 3 straight.
And of course, she was too short, so she couldn't use the ropes to cheat.
She forgot like right as a 3 count was. Oh yeah, I need to have my foot on the ropes. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Oh, my foot's on the ropes now. So she cheated, kinda.
Maybe. Okay.
They vanished.
The photos. How the photos vanish?
The photos are in there, just the cruiserweight one isn't.
Oh, cruiserweight one is it?
Okay, but the other matches are all there?
The other
The
matches.
SummerSlam matches? Okay.
Okay.
So then let's start it off with the first match of the actual card.
Which was
Seth Rollins
versus
Dolph Ziggler.
There
we go.
Yay!
Hey, like we were saying, the kickoff matches were cursed, so there we go.
It's all right.
We're back. We're back.
Okay. So
No Dean in this picture. You don't get the
That was
enforcer.
before.
That
this
was
was
the
before-
first.
this
That
was
was the
before.
first. That was
Yeah.
before they.
That was the
First
first
promo.
one.
Yes,
Why would he be there? He's a lunatic. He wouldn't stay still for the picture.
that's true. Or he'd be beating
Although
up
we
Drew
have the
McIntyre in the
Scottish
back of the
psychopath.
picture.
That's
Yeah,
it.
with
Drew
the-
is blocking him.
She was
but
blocking
no,
him. He's
psychopaths
punching him in the
scared
back. Gotcha.
like. Okay.
All right, so
All right.
this was your match
there
of the
we go.
night, wasn't it?
This was my match of the night.
I thought this was a great. I thought this
I-
was a
I-
good start to it.
I honestly thought this stole the show for me. This got me so into this match just for the fact that, they threw out all the stops. And I thought Drew McIntyre and Dean Ambrose were going to get way more involved in this match.
I like that they kept them subdued. I like that they
Agreed.
kept them out of the match for the most part. Had a couple little involvement right here, but then as it comes into the home stretch, then you uncork them, let them go at each other.
Exactly. You let Seth and Ziggler do what they did best, which was throw each other around the ring, do whatever.
Basically, probably the 2 best sell guys you have in WWE right now.
Not to mention how many times has Seth said, "Oh, you like my superplex Falcon Arrow combo? Let me modify it."
So basically, a reverse
Inverted.
an
It was all
inverted
inverted.
superplex into an inverted Falcon Arrow.
How is Dolph not missing a face?
How is he not missing teeth?
How is he still functioning after the?
Well, it's
during
because
that match?
Not very
he is
well.
the super seller.
Oh,
Not to mention Rollins with his Thanos gear, with the golden foot,
the golden foot.
the infinity.
The infinity boot.
Listen, you can only hit a curb stomp with an infinity boot.
It's an infinity stomp.
He curb stomped Dolph. Drew, I don't feel too
He,
good.
he stomped them out of existence. Well, anyway, out of the Intercontinental Championship anyway,
Yes.
because Rollins ultimately did end up retaining, which took me by surprise for 2 reasons. One, the fact that I had picked Ziggler, and the two, the fact was, again, nothing happened here.
One person picked Seth, and she is not here at this moment.
Allison is indeed not here. I mean, everyone else was it. I thought this was tailor made for Ambrose to come out and seriously, we pointed out last week. He has the new traps. He has the Triple H.
Everyone was saying that he
He's
looks
Triple
like
H,
Triple
yeah.
H, like 2.0.
He was literally a jean jacket. I said this. He was a jean jacket short of a Costco edition of Triple H.
I was gonna say, have you looked at his he's bulked up?
He looks like
He
Triple H.
looks like Triple H.
He
He's-
looks like Triple H.
Yes.
And for God's sakes, he even uses a double arm maneuver just like Triple H.
Hey, maybe he'll actually get him pushed.
Oh God.
See,
So here's sorry.
I honestly thought at the end of this match that they were gonna throw a wrench into Rollins and Ambrose. Ambrose was gonna come back, and then he was gonna hit Rollins with a DD, with Dirty Deeds,
exactly.
and then ended the match that way.
I thought so, too.
Turn on Seth.
It was
Something.
just-
Well, here's the thing. This is what we all forgot. What we all forgot is the way to extend this feud is tag teams now.
Right. So now
So
that
this mini shield.
just mini. Well,
Well,
we'll elaborate on that a little later.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, moving on to the next match on the card, which I believe.
Was that the squash match?
Oh yeah.
yes.
That's Kevin Owens versus Mr. Monster in the Bank, Braun Strowman.
All right.
Braun Strowman,
So the previous month, before this month, that lead up, it was Braun kept bullying Kevin. So Kevin kept looking the fool.
Be a star, Braun. Be a star.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, at their pay-per-view match before this one, Kevin wins.
Should be under Strowman Owens.
Yep.
There you go.
And so this time, it was the other way around. Now we have the stipulation where if Braun loses in any way, he'll lose the case.
So if he lost by countout, which they teased a couple weeks ago, if he loses by DQ, which they teased the week on the Go Home show. So
They
basically,
also teased it at the last pay-per-view, if you remember correctly, because he throws
He threw Kevin off.
He threw Kevin off the cage.
but the problem was this was not a cage.
Yeah.
So I mean, the only way Owens could feasibly win was either by countout or disqualification. Because we know he's not pinning him. We know he's sure as hell not submitting.
not going to get a submission.
So, Kevin, guess what you should have done? You should have promised Jinder, an opportunity at the belt when you have cash in. Therefore, have Jinder come out with you.
Or you should offer to promote his talks of peace.
Have Jinder come out with you. Ding, ding, ding. Not sock Kevin in the face.
There you go.
Or have Sammy come out.
I mean,
Sammy
Owens is supposed to be one of the
one night.
smartest guys on the roster, and he didn't think to have someone come out to back him up and possibly sock him in the face to cause a DQ.
So, in case for anyone who didn't realize, we said squash. We're talking about all the things Kevin should have done. Braun just walked through Kevin Owens.
He mowed through him. Like I said from the start, okay, that they were. I felt like this whole thing was a swerve. They were building up too much. That there could be a count out. There could be a DQ. They were putting too much emphasis on it. Come here, like minute and a half. Vroom,
Done.
Like freshly cut grass. He got mowed. Next.
What did he get? He got one super kick into the face.
That was it.
And he got a receipt by getting chokeslammed onto the diamond board.
And being bowled over not once, not twice, 3 times.
I love those though. Kevin knows how to flip.
Oh yes,
God.
he does. Just watching him get thrown. Just watching him get thrown into the barricade.
It's just like.
Dan, can you flip like that? You are the prize fighter.
Maybe if there's a crash mat.
Lots and lots of pillows underneath.
Oh,
yeah. We try. Well, if you watch the old videos with my old co-host Zach, pillows don't really work a whole lot when you're being chokeslammed.
Get me a pool. There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah. Stay tuned. All right.
Ooh,
so,
I don't think they want
next
that
week?
kind of fan service.
Although you do have one.
All right.
So next up, I believe was SmackDown tag match.
SmackDown Tag Team
Yes.
titles, which ended up being a lot more competitive than I was expecting.
Considering how the match is the Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day.
Bludgeon Brothers, New Day.
So the thing about this
2B.
2B versus New Day.
It's gotta be there.
New Day 2B.
It was there.
Give her a sec.
I did see
her a
it.
sec. So
Come on.
the thing is, the last time
There you go.
awesome.
There you go.
So
There you
last
go.
time these guys dealt with each other was at Mania
Yeah,
with the Usos
New
and
Day
the Bludgeon.
got obliterated.
Yeah, the Bludgeon Brothers were just too dominant.
It was a 5-minute squash.
Oh yes,
so
it was.
apparently the problem was the Usos because now they were way more competitive, way closer to getting the belt than before. Because the only way the Harper and Rowan were able to hold on to the belt was by cheating.
Right, and I mean, basically, New Day was actually closing in. They kept coming back. Big E was storming the ring, storming the battlefield. He already cleared out Rowan.
Like with what, the big ending, if I remember correctly?
They were getting ready to hit their big double team move.
Midnight Hour.
The midnight
Well,
hour.
no, it was.
The up, down, down?
Up, down with Xavier and Big E.
That's right.
And then here comes Rowan with the hilt of his big rubbery mallet. Mm-hmm. Big rubber mallet.
Does a lot of damage.
That apparently really hurts.
Apparently
It's
it
the
hurts a
super
lot.
sledge.
Apparently,
Super. Yeah, straight from Triple H's WrestleMania 22 prop set. All right, and basically took the hilt of the hammer, drove it into Big E's throat, caused the disqualification, and the Bludgeon Brothers retained. We'd find out then, though, afterwards that Rowan had suffered a bicep injury,
Yep.
which is why they had to
Which is why on SmackDown...
why the DQ went down.
Yeah. So SmackDown, bicep tear. So we should take it easy. Okay, let's have a no DQ match.
Let's just throw out a no DQ match.
throw the guy with a
Rowan-
bicep tear
Rowan
into a no
did
DQ
prove-
match.
Rowan did prove a good sport.
Absolutely.
Gutted it through, went through the entire match. He ended up,
Through the barricade. He went through the barricade.
He went through the barricade.
Harper ate the
ate the big
The limit breaker elbow.
limit break elbow. I actually like the name for it.
That
I do too.
I love
break.
him and Kenny are great with the video game
Oh,
innuendos.
so much. And I mean, getting the 1, 2, 3, Xavier, and I like that because Xavier was the one who got power bombed onto the steel steps,
Oh yeah.
being carted out thanks to Bludgeon Brothers. So it was a nice little means of getting revenge by taking the tag titles.
Yeah.
So,
So-
I actually did like that.
Good luck to Rowan on another time to heal.
And I think the blessing in disguise here is
Harper's now free.
Harper's now free. Okay, Rowan's gonna be on the mend. For
There's
a while.
some talks about certain thing that
There's
might be
already-
happening.
I mean, Harper going back into singles division, whether it be going for the U.S. title, whether it be going for the WWE title, whether it be moving over to Raw, maybe even going after the Universal title, or finding his way back to pairing up with possibly Bray Wyatt
And Braun.
and Braun.
and Braun, because we'll
have to get to what's going on with Braun.
With Matt Hardy considering a producer role, stepping back from in-ring competition.
Yeah.
All right, Bray's out there all by his lonesome. Either you could try and repackage him as a singles competitor, or, all right, kind of trying to get the Wyatt family back together.
I was gonna say, I think they've kind of gotten rid of the chance of him doing singles competitive after you make him a WWE champion, and then almost 2 pay-per-views later he
Not
One
even.
pay-per-view.
one pay-per-view.
Not-
He had one
That's
title
right.
defense before Randy.
That's right.
Where he held it
He
against
lost his first
Cena
title
and
defense.
AJ.
He did. So you
Second title.
you're gonna have to repack. That's gonna take a lot to repackage him. So
Yeah, I remember saying for a long time he was one of my favorites along with Kevin. They have not done any favors for either of them, honestly.
And Kevin's a lifer now.
Oh yeah, Kevin plans on staying with WWE.
And what did we see after he apparently signed his contract? Him coming out of a porta potty.
Aw, he blued himself.
Oh, congrats on your lifelong contract, Kevin. All right, so
after this,
anyway, I mean, all right, back to this.
Yeah.
I mean, Harper's got the big opportunities.
Yes.
And on the other side, now it gives New Day, now it gives the chance for them to really open up the SmackDown tag team division.
I mean,
'Cause-
Gallows and Anderson are still considered heels, aren't they?
Right, Gallows. You got
So-
Gallows and Anderson. You got Cesaro and Sheamus.
Cesaro and Sheamus is always
got,
good.
Of course,
Usos.
you got the
bar.
The Usos are still waiting.
and you
in
got
the wings.
and you got Sanity.
Yep.
Okay.
yes, you do.
Let's hold off on Sanity.
I was
Let's
gonna
let
say
people
that-
forget about the New Day Sanity feud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just hold off on Sanity because this
they
show's
didn't
crazy
do
enough
Sanity
anyway.
any favors.
Let's wait
with
until
that
Nikki
food.
Cross comes up.
I set you up there and you whiffed.
Sure, I missed that too.
I said, okay, yeah, let's forget about Sanity because this show's crazy enough anyway.
Ah.
Okay, I slipped that one right under the door right there.
Just missed it.
It's
I'm still the champ. Anyway,
oh.
so
All right, Scott Hall.
after after that,
Moving on.
what was
Moving on.
next?
Moving
on.
Wasn't that
Okay, we got it.
Right,
we
we
got
got
it.
it.
We got it. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
wasn't the next match what I would have considered the highlight of the show?
I'd say so.
AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe.
Bum, 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 bum.
So,
Bum, bum,
we
bum.
Joe.
So when it was said it was going to be AJ versus Shinsuke at WrestleMania, everyone was like, "Oh my God, this is going to be just like Wrestle Kingdom. This is going to be amazing." And it was not even close. The closest was their final match, and
Their
it still
last
wasn't
man
even the
standing
best
match,
one.
Which was still
Best. But then we had AJ versus Joe. And I will say this rivals close to anything they've done, especially story-wise.
Well, I mean, with exception to their amazing triple threat matches with Christopher Daniels.
Oh,
Just
yeah, of
nothing,
course.
Nothing can top those.
Yeah,
Those ones were awesome.
Amazing.
absolutely.
But this was intense. It was emotional. I mean, it was.
They let Joe do what Joe does best: psychological warfare and intimidation through promo, as well as dominance.
And
I
physical
was gonna say
domination.
he cut some of his best promos that since he's been in the company with this feud.
Absolutely.
With this feud.
Reigns. I mean, 2018 has been Joe's year for promos.
The year of Joe.
I'd say so.
I honestly would like to see him with the belt.
Oh, that comes sooner than you think.
Hopefully.
It might, because this, I mean, it didn't happen here, though, because we come to the end of the match.
This match itself was bookmarked with Joe Promo
Joe's promos,
going after. He's like, "Hi, Wendy.
the fact that Wendy and
Daddy's coming home."
the Styles' daughter was they were at
Yes, they
ringside.
were.
Yes.
And Joe was targeting them just as often as he was targeting Styles inside the ring, and it came to a point. It came to a head where Styles was laid out against the steel steps. I mean, you think he's knocked out. Then Joe goes talking smack.
Well, how was it exactly? He goes, "I'm sorry, it doesn't look like Daddy's coming home tonight, but
I'll be your new daddy."
And then Styles just he
The quick
pops,
cuts.
He pops up and just bowls him right off through the barricade. Like 1 second he's
Almost
down,
spears
1
him
second
through
like
the-
he's just
And
like,
he had a little
almost
cut.
spears him
that's it.
through
He's
the
done.
barricade.
He is done with Joe's crap.
Straight into the
then the chair shots.
and the chair
He
shots.
had that
the
cut on
amounts
his
of
eye,
tape
and it
chair
literally
shots.
just made it look like.
Oh yeah, the blood that kept pouring out during the
Yeah.
whole thing. He looked like a madman, which is exactly what Joe wanted originally.
Yes.
Right. So I mean, and then like you see like everything, the emotion just poured out of AJ. He was tired. He was exhausted. But then he sees how scared his daughter looks. It's like
there's no way they could have made their daughter do this. So this was organic and it works so well.
It's like, Daddy, you're scaring
Daddy,
me.
you're
you're
bleeding.
scaring me.
You're scaring me.
Yep.
And then
like,
when he's trying to hold her, she's trying desperately to get back to
She
Wendy.
cowers away. She doesn't want to go anywhere near him. And then they walk off, and then he walks off. Just walks off with Wendy at the
And
end.
it's just like, and then Joe. I mean, you would think Joe would be like ailing from the chair shots. Instead, he's walking off in a huff. He is.
He's
tense.
mad. He
so
thought like,
mad.
my psychological warfare worked. How dare you DQ yourself?
How dare you walk off with your wife? And it's like, so. Well, I mean, on the one hand, yeah. I mean, because here's the thing. This is where a DQ works.
Absolutely.
This is where a DQ works.
Yes.
Hell in a Cell.
Because unlike the DQ in the Bludgeon Brothers and the New Day tag match, okay, New Day didn't need the protection here with the DQ.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we know the Bludgeon Brothers can beat them up. It wouldn't have made a difference whether New Day had pulled out some fluky win or the Bludgeon Brothers had retained, because they could have just continued the feud afterwards. It wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah.
New Day is so entrenched in the tag team division that suffering a 2-on-2 loss, it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
Here, though, okay, you are understandably booked into a corner. You want Joe to look impressive, but at the same time, you got AJ on a hot streak, not just as WWE champion, but as a merch seller. Like you want to keep that gravy train rolling. So what do? You keep the championship on AJ, but you give Joe the DQ win. Keep the feud rolling. That's how it
Especially
works.
with the being the cover athlete.
Exactly.
Yeah, being on the cover of the next WWE game.
Yep.
Speaking of which, we're talking so highly about this. This is his Hills High, by the way. This feud.
This is my high, because this feud has been built. I mean, here's the thing: you had these two. I mean, when this feud was going on down in TNA, and ROH, it was just for the sake of athleticism. It was basically just who was the better wrestler,
Who's the better competitor?
who's the better competitor. That's all it was about. There was no real emotion, but it was adrenaline. It was aggression. It's like who could last longer, the uber aggressive, overpowering Samoa Joe, or the quick as a flash, determined individual in AJ Styles. Who was the man? And then
WWE, when they really try, their storylines are unrivaled.
right, and then you go like 10, 12 years later. Both are grizzled veterans. Both are much more well-rounded. They're much more seasoned in terms of their mic skills. AJ was never known for his mic skills. That's why they brought in someone like Ric Flair. They brought someone to boost his confidence on the microphone. And slowly but surely, we saw him cultivate these mic skills, not just down in Impact, but when he came up to WWE.
Yeah.
He became just as known for his impassioned speeches on the microphone as he did for his impassioned performances in the ring. And with Joe, I've already said this quite a few times. He has this intense emotional cadence to him. That's the key word right there, cadence. Because he makes you pay attention to what he has to say. He has this stare. He stares right into the camera, like he's looking at his opponent. He's also looking at the viewers at home and he makes you believe, even if he's a heel and what he says is complete carp. Like he makes you believe what he's saying. Like
when he
almost
was
like gospel truth.
when he was talking to Heyman, he wasn't on mic. He was talking off, and you could just barely hear him, like a whisper to the things he's going to do to Heyman. When it came to last SmackDown, right after he put AJ to sleep, he grabbed the camera and said, "You bring that camera to me." When he was talking to Brock, and Brock was ignoring him, looking at Roman, he just goes, "You better look at me before I make you look at me." I mean, Joe is never a third wheel. He will never let himself be in the background.
No way. Like he will always find some way to get right to the forefront. He's that intense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the key word. That's just the key word.
He is intense, absolutely.
Intense on the mic, intense in the ring, intense emotionally, mentally, physically.
Absolutely. By the way, that one right there, that picture is the Good Brothers holding back AJ and Joe going, "They are protecting you from me." And I love that line so much. All right. But we got to continue on. Let's go to the SmackDown Women's Triple Threat.
Yeah, this
Yes.
one...
Becky Lynch,
this one has,
Charlotte
this
Flair,
one had its own highs and lows.
and Carmella. Yeah.
All right, so let's start with the match itself. I did not like the match from a physical standpoint. It was clunky. I mean, it was a typical WWE triple threat match. 2 women in, 1 woman out.
So essentially a 2-on-2 match. The whole.
Yeah,
the
1v1 with
1v1.
one on side.
Yep.
I mean, the
I mean,
interactions,
Carmella tried to do the smart thing, making them fight against each other.
which worked for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, and the ending did come where Becky seemingly had Carmella dead to rights in the disarmor, only for Charlotte to come in with natural selection and pin Becky for the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Now, what the intrigue lies in what happened after the match. The fact that Becky was saddened, she was a little ticked off. Charlotte wanted to hug it out with her because, I'm sorry, Becky.
We're better friends than Bayley and Sasha. Come on, we need to hug it out.
We did it. I did what I had to do, just like you would have done. Becky seemed to understand. They hugged it out. The crowd wasn't really getting
Buying
into
it, yeah.
No.
But then Becky just rears back, socks her in the face, and the crowd goes ballistic. Like
She turned from a face to an even bigger face.
to a bigger face. I mean, they were going for the heel turn right
Maybe
here.
like a
and
feel. Maybe like a face heel. You know.
Feel?
just
a
feel.
Feel.
A feel.
The feels.
The feel.
The feels.
The feel.
The
feels.
the fans were feeling the straight fire.
The straight fire.
So was Charlotte when she was getting chucked over the announcer's table.
Charlotte, Charlotte, I give her the same credit Stone Cold did. Charlotte sold it very well. She went from just being shocked to being completely emotionally devastated. She sold it actually very well. The problem is the crowd was not buying it for a second.
No.
They were booing the moment she had the belt.
No. I mean, and then comes the promo. Becky's promo
on SmackDown. Like, it was a great promo.
I mean,
But she was being cheered even when she was going against the fans.
she was railing against the fans, doing everything she could to try and turn them against her too. It was not working.
No.
Not for a second. They were cheering her the entire time.
She had-
When Charlotte came out, they booed. When they were rolling around, when Charlotte was punching Becky, they booed. When Becky rolled onto Charlotte and punching her, they were cheering.
It's been this thing where like Becky has been the face for so long that fans, no matter what she does, they are almost always going to cheer her.
Exactly,
Yeah, I think you said it.
because her story has been a very she's been she's been scratching, she's been clawing to get back to where she wants to be in the championship scene. Unlike certain big dogs who seem to have a championship opportunity offered to them.
James, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I think it's basically what you were saying earlier backstage about Rock and Austin WrestleMania 17.
I did.
Like if Rock had turned instead of Austin?
Yeah, because here's the thing. I mean, one of the most infamous moments of 2001 was Stone Cold turning heel, which Stone Cold himself admitted in hindsight went over as well as what the JR once say, having John Wayne play. Okay, don't be offended. John Wayne playing a Nazi. I mean, okay, he could try as hard as he could to play the character to perfection. It just was never going to work.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was the same
Charlotte,
thing with Austin.
how many people have been saying that Charlotte is way better as a heel than a face?
So much.
So many.
so much. Like
It's also
okay,
it could
Just
also
like
be the
Ric
fact
Flair.
that Charlotte's
like
been
Ric,
champion
She-
forever.
Seven-
People get tired of it.
she's already tied Trish's record for world.
Didn't she beat it?
for women? No, tied
No,
it.
she tied it
Oh,
now.
She tied it at
Tied it, that's
SummerSlam.
right.
Seven combined championship reigns.
You know they're doing this just so she has a huge
can match her father.
amount, just like her dad.
She can match her father. That's all it is. That's all it
The
is.
16-time WWE Women's Champion, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Pays to be your dad's daughter, I guess.
Hey, it pays to be your dad's daughter, but when you could do a moonsault or a Phoenix Splash,
And actually hit it
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
without just looking like you're jumping off a diving board.
let's not forget, this is all leading to a most likely Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte at next Mania.
I'm actually more of a Rousey versus Asuka. Rousey versus
I would like to see how they do this.
I would like to see Rousey versus Baszler.
Oh,
I do too.
I would like to see that.
I would like
too.
to see that too, but I think they're going to hold off on that till maybe after Mania.
Most likely.
So
Night after Mania?
I mean, so
Night
basically,
after
getting
Mania.
back. I mean,
Night
getting back
after
to
Mania.
Becky. I mean, it's just like, here's the thing: Stone Cold as a cowardly corporate heel doesn't make sense.
No.
Rock as a somewhat cowardly corporate heel makes sense because he's done the role before, so he's used to it. He
and
knows
fans are used to it too, so
Yeah.
they've seen.
so it wouldn't have been such a huge shocker.
No.
They went with a complete left turn right here, and it didn't work because they went against the grain right here, and it didn't work. I mean, as soon as the invasion angle was over, they wasted no time turning him backface.
the only thing I'm looking forward to is Becky getting more prominence.
She will,
Because
Honestly,
it's the moment you get a heel turn, you're going to be on the show no matter what.
I mean, the question is going to be: is WWE just going to keep going with this, or are they going to wake up and realize, okay, you know what? We need to turn. We need to kind of switch this. We need to have like a double turn here. We need to have Becky come out and say, okay, I was angry. I was bitter. I did not mean to. I did not want to lash out at you guys, but I am just so fed up with Charlotte always nosing in where she ultimately does not belong. This was my chance. This is my opportunity, and she took it away from me.
It's possible. I don't think they'll go for it, just because I think they want to keep Charlotte as the face no matter what.
But the problem,
Especially while she's on SmackDown.
I mean, okay. So with that regard, I'm just going to have a little message for Vince.
Sure.
Vince, just because you like the attractive blonde girl with big boobs does not mean everyone else does.
Can I add on to that? Just
Sure.
because you like the big muscled guy
I was just about to say
who
that.
can't wrestle, doesn't mean that everyone else is gonna like him either.
I'll give you a hint of who
That's
it
a
is.
horrible thing
He's-
to say about Brock Lesnar.
Well, technically, it's both of them.
Reigns can
That works for both of them.
Look, okay,
Well,
I'm not going to say Reigns is the best catches can wrestler, but he's developed a good enough routine that he doesn't look so like humdrum.
Yeah.
Okay, I can.
He's not a bad.
He's not a bad wrestler, but
He
he's
gets-
not
he gets
he's not
good matches
caliber
out
for
of
the main
people.
event. He's not main event caliber.
No, he's not main event caliber, and he needs
he
to.
gets
He
great
definitely needs to
matches.
work. He definitely needs to work on his mic skills. Definitely needs to work on his mic
Oh
skills.
yeah.
That
Or
I
get
can
a
agree.
manager.
Manager. The Heyman thing would
Give
have
him
worked.
Heyman.
It
Give
would have
him
worked.
Heyman.
Again,
It would have.
missed opportunity.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You see that? That's me pepper spraying all your hopes and dreams about Heyman never working with Roman.
We don't even still know if that was pepper spray because they try to wash it out with water. And the first
Yeah,
thing you
no.
do when you have pepper spray in your eyes, you don't wash it out with water. It's like the same principle as like when you eat wasabi and your first instinct is drink water. It's going to
makes
make
it
it
worse.
Yep.
Oh,
We
God.
do need to continue on though.
Yeah,
And
okay.
we'll go to the match you were looking forward to the most:
Oh, I love this one.
D-Bry versus The Miz.
The Miz.
So yes, Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. An 8-year in the making feud.
They
Yes,
promoed
there
up
you go.
Yes.
perfectly.
Of
The
course,
Woodsman
Miz
versus
is-
Johnny Cage.
or Miss Kage versus
Ms. Kage versus.
Okay.
That's great.
DB Killer B Brian.
D Killer B.
Killer
D Killer B.
The Killer B Brian.
Daniel Bella versus Mizzies.
Oh God.
no.
Miz
No.
Ude.
Mrs.
Miz Ude.
Miz and Mrs.
Ms. and Mrs.
It's just
versus
him and himself.
Ms. and Mrs. versus
And-
That's
the
and
Bellas. versus the Bellas.
Yeah, anyway.
Versus Total
Okay.
Bellas.
I love this match.
It was a great match.
It was a
I
good
mean,
match.
top to bottom. I mean, it had all the hallmarks of their 8-year feud.
Did we
Hashtag
ever
punch this face.
figure out what's at the end of what he hits him with at the
It was
end?
brass
It's
knuckles.
brass
It was
knuckles.
brass
It
knuckles.
was
Knuckles.
Brass knuckles?
He
was
talked
brass
to William Regal for a little bit.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, can I borrow these?
Can I
And-
buy
He's like,
you?
no,
borrow
but
your
I can
power
tell you where you
punch?
can buy your own.
So anyway, I mean, I liked it had all the hallmarks of their feud building up. Basically, how Miz hijacked Bryan's offense when he was retired. How Bryan wanted to punch him in the face, and he did just that. But I love the irony of the ending of the match.
I won by hashtag punching his face.
Yes, okay. Bryan wanted so bad when he brought Miz over to SmackDown in the Superstar Shakeup, he wanted to punch him in the face. First thing. What's the last thing Miz does at the end of the match? Punches Bryan in the face.
With brass knuckles.
Tragically sweet irony.
You were
Try-
also the only one who voted for Miz in this one.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
I
you
told you it was the start. It's the start.
And
to the
Charlotte.
feud.
You also got Charlotte.
Thank you. I did not win. Well, I did. I did win
He's
second.
second place.
You got second.
But I mean, at the same time, okay, I picked Charlotte because she knows her way in. She's gonna get it. I picked Miz because it's the start. Okay, if this was the end of the feud, then Bryan would be getting the win.
Yes.
It's the start to the feud.
Normally, I would agree. I would normally agree, but the whole thing with him and Cass made me question how
Yep.
they were handling Bryan's character. That's why I did it.
True. But I mean, regardless, Miz won, which I felt like was obviously the right thing. They're continuing this. I don't like they're getting Brie and Maurice
So,
involved.
is it, are they?
I mean,
have a-
I knew that they would come down. I knew they would get involved at some point.
The only thing I was going to say that they're probably getting them involved in is for Evolution. You get to go and you bring back people that you normally wouldn't have seen. Remember, they're bringing back old divas, new divas you haven't. Some of the Mae Young classic divas that they were talking about.
The Young Classic Finals.
So now you're then promoting what could happen. 2 months from in November with maybe have Maurice versus Brie Bella as a match. You're kind of just killing two birds with one stone.
It works.
And by the way, if anyone from 411 Mania is watching, I'm not spoiling it. So keep your hands off your keyboards.
Another thing I think about specifically with this is why they're doing the mixed match as the second match. If you remember John Cena versus AJ Styles, the second match was actually a 6-man tag with AJ and the club versus John Cena, Enzo, and Cass.
Right.
So by having that, you can have somebody beat the other side, but they still. So you'd have Brie pin Maurice, but Bryan still didn't beat The Miz, which is why you set it up for the next match, which like AJ and Cena was their SummerSlam match, where AJ established himself as being the best guy there. But here's the thing: they eventually they only said that was the second singles feud, and then they let that one happen, the third one at the Royal Rumble. By doing this, their next match after this, where Bryan can get his own victory, will only be the second singles, which leaves the third match open for WrestleMania. Ooh. That's how I think they're doing it.
Or you could do it Survivor Series. You've
Series.
got Royal Rumble. I mean,
Well, yeah, there you go. You could have like a Survivor Series elimination.
Survivor Series elimination.
Team Bryan versus Team Miz.
You could push this out to Mania, and then you could just keep using it kind of like.
The best thing about the second half of a year in WWE is that it's much easier to stretch a feud out to WrestleMania from that point rather than start a feud at WrestleMania and try to stretch it all the way out to the summer.
Yeah.
So, believe me, it's a much better payoff because like you said, you have Hell in a Cell. Then you have what TLC? Yeah, like TLC.
TLC got moved.
Got moved. You got Survivor Series. You got Survivor Series.
You
then
can
you
do it.
TLC.
Yeah, you
Then
can
you
do it
got
like
TLC.
the
Right.
Then you've
Survivor
got-
Series eliminations. And
Survivor Series
Right,
elimination.
you got
Chamber.
then you got
Then you
Royal
got
Rumble. Then you got Fastlane.
You
Then
can
you
do it
got
in the Rumble match. Yep.
WrestleMania. So yeah, believe me, they can definitely stretch out Bryan and Miz towards WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
Where I'm hoping by that point Miz is WWE champion.
It's possible.
Because
I could see it.
The one thing I think if there's anyone on the SmackDown roster aside from Joe who deserves a run with the WWE title, it's Miz.
Definitely.
Agreed.
Miz
Okay, I
has
can agree with that.
completely revamped himself in the last 2 years.
Oh, absolutely.
He's become spectacular.
All right.
He is such a spectacular D-bag. I probably can't say the whole thing. D-bag of a heel.
He's such a spectacular Daniel Bryan. DB.
I think honestly, Miz might actually prefer D-bag rather than Daniel Bryan. No.
But hey, you got to remember, the Miz said he was retiring from ever facing Daniel Bryan.
I love that.
That
That
was
was perfect. That capped that capped
It
off
worked
so
perfectly.
That was
well.
great.
So now from one match, one feud that we want to see more of, to a match we don't want to see ever again. Finn Balor versus Constable Baron Corbin.
Constable, darn you.
Constable,
concern it.
And we had another plus.
The best 2-minute match of the whole night.
And
considering what it led to.
the demon came out. The demon swarmed. Corbin was scared.
I like the fact, for those of you who noticed, Finn Balor's face was, in my opinion, an homage to Spider-Man 2099.
I liked it. And if he hadn't already shaved his hair probably would have fallen off from fright.
Okay, this is the one thing which I was not happy about. If what I wanted was on Raw, I wanted Baron to see Finn and literally avoid him. Be scared every time he sees Finn's face.
And instead, every time he came
Came out, he said, that match was not on the books. I didn't face
my
you.
God.
I faced your alter
Shut
ego.
up,
I
Corbin.
was like, oh.
And then it ultimately led to the angle with, well, I know, pun intended, I guess, with Kurt being dismissed on going on vacation, sent on vacation by Stephanie
to train.
and Corbin is acting GM.
So, for those of you who haven't heard, the reason why Kurt Angle is going to be gone for a little while is because he's training to get back in the ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew that there was talk of that, and then I thought that was why they had him.
So the question is, who is he going to face? So that's going to be an interesting.
So that
Gotcha.
again, the intrigue.
I say Brock, but no.
Oh God,
Not his now.
no.
He's not going to do Brock.
No, not at this stage of his
no.
career.
Maybe Brock and
Bear,
Rock and
the Grizzly Bear wouldn't go after Brock.
The Curtain Rock versus somebody.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
maybe.
Curtain Rock versus somebody.
I think they only teamed up
Curtin
like
and
once,
Rock.
twice.
Curtin
together.
Rock.
Yeah.
Because remember, there's rumors that Rock wants to do some kind of match at Mania. So why not have him?
So
do
that's why they're
something?
rumoring him for the Royal Rumble.
Maybe.
Huh. Curtain Rock versus Elias and somebody.
Ooh.
Because they were saying that Rock
concert.
versus Elias.
Maybe.
I smell a rock concert.
Yeah.
Rock
And then
concert.
Kurt comes out with the little hat and little.
And then, no. Kurt comes out in a Jaguars jersey and the backwards hat.
Oh, now we get sound.
Ooh.
Echo.
That hurt.
Echo. Ow.
Yeah, that hurt a little bit.
We okay?
Don't.
Okay,
touch
we okay.
that thing.
Woo. All right. Regardless, we went from a giant squash match to David's squash match where he squashes Goliath to the point that Goliath is just like, Mama, I don't want to fight no more.
And he did not have to use a slingshot.
He did not have to use a slingshot.
No, he didn't.
No,
just
no,
had to
no.
use just had to use a coup de grace.
Yep. One.
And a sling blade.
Coup de
One.
grace.
Just
One.
one.
Just
Just one.
One coup de grace.
Well, a coup de grace is a coup de grace, a finisher.
It is. No, I know. Oh.
So if someone kicks out of the coup de grace, clearly they don't understand what it's supposed to mean.
Well,
right,
two
so-
sling blades and then a coup de grace.
Yeah.
Although apparently Vince does not like the word finisher.
He doesn't
Trademark.
He doesn't like
vintage.
He doesn't like sneezing. All right, so
It's not a belt.
Does it surprise you?
Yes. No, not at all.
It is
actually.
not a title shot. It's a title opportunity.
Opportunity.
It's not a strap.
It's
Belt.
darn it. All right. So what we got left?
After this was
Oh, we got the U.S. title match.
U.S. title.
U.S. title match
Thank you, Nakamura.
with Shinsuke versus
Jeff Hardy.
And yeah, there was no doubt about this one.
Yeah.
No.
And I love how Jeff has gone on in interviews say, okay, the reason I take the Swanton off of live shows is that my back is acting up, my injuries are piling up. I'm kind of trying to tone things down. And yeah, he does a Swanton here, and
On
then
the hardest part of the apron,
does a
no
Swanton
less.
on Shinsuke.
Yep.
Then does a Swanton missing Shinsuke on the hardest, second hardest part, since we all know it's the steel post that's the hardest part of the ring. Second hardest part of the ring.
Thank you,
the
Marks.
Thank you. The ring apron, which I'm sorry, sucked.
Oh,
Ah,
it looked
God.
brutal.
Ugh. and Shinsuke got the win. And then Orton came out, looked like he was going to torture Jeff some more, and I said,
Nah.
yeah, I'll do it.
He'll do it later.
He for crap.
I'll save it for SmackDown.
Like everyone in America.
Shinsuke already decided to, as
Like everyone in America, I'll just do it tomorrow.
Yeah, as
He's like,
Shinsuke,
I'll do it on Tuesday. It's fine. I can wait. I can wait 2 more days.
Shinsuke already did in Shinsuke's own way.
All right.
Deleted.
And then Nakamura has proclaimed himself like the American next
Welcome
American era.
to Nakamerica.
Nakamerica.
Not America.
Nakamerica. And now Jeff's moving on to a feud with Orton, which we were all pretty much expecting.
Yeah.
And Jeff did not take kindly to all Orton's assaults, getting himself DQ'd in a match with Orton and then laying him out with yet another swanton, this time through a table.
Jeff, bro, are you hurt or not?
Could we
Like,
at this point?
I get the feeling that he says he has a fifth eye. I'm starting to wonder if he has like 3 bodies.
I'm starting to wonder if he paints the eyes on so he doesn't have to express how much pain he's actually in. Like all we have to do is just look at his painted eyes. Oh, he's fine.
He paints a smile on there when really he's just wincing in pain.
He keeps saying the U.S. title.
It's a sad
He
clown.
keeps saying that the U.S. has his 5th eye. I keep wondering if he just let Shinsuke keep it. That way he could just see everything that Shinsuke sees.
The U.S. title is his 5th eye.
He said that. He said he lost his 5th eye because
That's a Jeff Hardy promo for you.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
After this was the last squash. Well, can you call it the last? Yeah, last squash match of the night. Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss.
This one was not even close. I mean, again, this was almost anticlimactic the way it went down.
But if you had asked us like a month ago, we would have said Alexa because of Natalya.
Because I thought Natalya being involved.
Yep.
I mean, Natalya was out there.
She was,
which I thought
with her
her
dad.
I actually kind of
her
thought,
dad's
oh my
jacket.
god, the twist
Yep.
might actually still be going down. But obviously, Natalya was just out there to celebrate with Ronda. Ronda dispatched Alexa, short fashion.
To be honest with you, I actually particularly enjoyed this match.
I liked it because Ronda was calling. You thought she was being green by calling the match. Instead, she was basically just dictating to Alexa, "This is what I'm going to do to you.
Are you ready for this?
Are you ready for this?
Are you ready for this? Like if she's asking her if she's okay, if she's okay to get thrown.
I'm waiting for Alexa to just go, no, I'm not. Please. Give me like another minute. Hell, there was a time when Alexa was thinking of just walking out, and Ron's like, no, you have the ring. No, tell you what, I'll turn my back. No, tell you what, I'm going to sit down. Do what you want. And Alexa, in her genius.
Thank you, Alexa, for reminding us about the fact you're double jointed.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, I couldn't show the picture of her. Yeah, your arm.
No.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh,
I know it would have been a good image, a good visual. I can't look at it.
looks.
I'm sorry.
It looks very
It's
painful.
disgusting.
It looks very painful for something like that. It was.
I could not look at it.
Just imagine. This wouldn't happen. Imagine if Ronda put in the Kimura.
Oh no.
God. Oh, save it.
If you want Alexa to be not...
Save it for when Ronda actually goes after Brock Lesnar.
I would love to see that.
That would be interesting.
If they actually,
This actually was
let
enjoyable.
Brock
I-
sell for Ronda.
I feel like seeing an alternate version of yourself would cause the world to implode.
Oh my goodness, I know.
Like they would just lock up and then like
That's an interesting tag match. Daniel Cormier,
it's like matter and antimatter, just like
Cormier and Rousey versus Brock and Baszler.
oh my god,
Oh, that would be interesting.
intriguing.
That would be a very good match.
Oh
Mania?
god, there would
That would be nice.
Oh, that would be great.
there would not be an unbroken bone for miles.
In the return of what was that match? It was the heart match, the cage, that mini cage with Ken Shamrock.
the Lion's Den.
The Lions Den
Lions Den.
match. A lion.
Oh, there you go.
They brought back War Games. Why not?
Sure, why not? Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I believe that brings us to our main event.
That it does.
Dreaded main event.
Can we really?
The same entertainment that I've seen over and over and over again.
Oh, I knew it. You had to get one in, even if Nick was not. That's on his.
No.
No.
Bad. That is bad.
No.
Slender Man appeared.
No.
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 Oh, no, not again.
All right, that's it.
This is what happens when Brock has to face Roman. Things keep coming.
Moving on.
It's like mixed drinks.
Moving
You get two, that's your limit. You're done. You're done.
Yes, we're
all
moving
right.
on from
Moving
Macau.
on.
Moving on
No
to
Macau.
Roman v. Brock.
Lesnar v. Reigns. Lesnar versus Reigns.
Like 5, 6.
You really can't miss this one.
1, 2.
It's there. I saw it.
3.
There it is.
4. If you started doing the multi matches, 5.
6.
2017, where Reigns actually got pinned by Lesnar. Oh God.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Vince, it's the same thing over and
totally
over again.
Was the one destined to beat Lesnar, even though he didn't do it 5 times before.
I am the uncrowned Universal Champion.
Your foot was on the apron. We all saw it.
But that shouldn't matter. It's close to the
Your
ring.
foot was on the apron.
No, the way I say it. But that shouldn't matter. It's close enough to the ring. And I'm just like,
Your-
Kofi Kingston didn't get eliminated because his foot was on pancake tray. Come on.
Exactly.
If Kofi is fine, then Roman didn't win.
I'm going to say this so everyone remembers this for posterity.
By all means.
Okay. Steel cage match. Saudi Arabia. Greatest Royal Rumble. Reigns spears Lesnar out of the cage. Lesnar whole body is sitting on the cage.
Yep.
Reigns flops back. One foot is on the floor. One foot is caught on the ring apron in plain view. That's the thing. It
has to be both feet touch the ground.
Both feet touching the floor. And before Reigns could pull his foot off the apron, Lesnar rolled out to the ringside. End of story. Okay? This was all in plain view. It's not like, okay, they shot away and then we came back and Lesnar was just standing up and, oh, yeah, he wins. Oh, wait, no. We all saw this. Okay?
It was in
Plain
plain
as
sight.
day.
So,
Bottom line, you're not an
Roman has
champion.
never beaten Brock, not even via technicality.
Not at all. Zip. Nada. Goose egg.
Donut, as
Donut.
Sting said.
Don't know.
That 0.
Big fat nut.
So tell me,
Nine.
were they able to keep people from leaving during this match too?
They did, and through shenanigans, I say, because they had Braun Strowman, a relatively healthy Braun Strowman, after that arduous 2-minute squash of a match against Kevin Owens, come out and say, and we think.
I'm not
This was the top of the match. This is when they were doing the announcements, which I told you.
So remember,
So
what I
the
thought.
irony was,
our predictions, we had to declare if he cashes in, is it going to be before, during, or after the match?
and I almost went with before, but he talked me into taking the safe bet and going after. If he had, I would have won. I would have kept the championship.
You would.
That would have been like my first big successful title defense ever. Now I'm not counting like the times where I go like okay, 1 week from one pay-per-view to another pay-per-view. This would have been like a big title defense. It would have been my first big one. And like and it didn't happen because he only teased it. He never actually
He
cashed
said,
in.
"I'm not going to cash in.
I'm just going to
behind
stand
my
here
back,
and
behind their back like card.
Yep.
I'm whoever wins. Good luck to you, Roman, and good luck to you, Beastie Boy.
I like
Because
that.
whoever
I
wins,
like Beastie
I'm
Boy.
cashing in
Beastie Boy.
immediately.
To be honest with you, the minute he said that, I thought he was going to go and just put himself in the match. He was healthy enough.
I know.
He had only done a 2-minute match. He
And
could have.
just went out there and I mean, I think it only dawned on the crowd like halfway through the match that he wasn't actually going to cash in.
Oh, you mean the part where he gets
During the match where
Where
he gets
Brock goes out
hit
and just
chucked.
beats the crap out
beats
of
the
him.
crap out of him.
And he basically
And then actually has the common sense. Brock is the only one who actually goes out and see, unfortunately, Braun, this is why these other Money in the Bank holders do it behind their backs. Because when you stand right out there, you are the biggest target in the world, not named the champion. So the champion's going to go out there, beat the crap out of you, take the case, and chuck it as far as they can. So even by the time you come to,
And
you can't get to it in
broke
time.
the LED
And-
lights.
he broke the LED lights, and he actually managed not to hit someone in the crowd, unlike that one time when he was chucking the door off of Seth Rollins' new car.
Don't you mean
The cushion or something. I forget. He chucked something.
It was the door off of,
It was the door.
off
of
his-
Jamie Noble's car.
J&J
Noble.
Security?
Yeah.
J&J.
yeah,
the car
J&J
front set
security.
to
I miss
J&J.
those guys.
I did too.
J&J Security.
J&J.
I liked it when he took.
J&J.
I did love it when he took the fire axe to it and just
yeah.
started.
It's like I like JBL's term from Viking lumberjack,
Viking
fucking
Lumberjack.
lumberjack.
Minnesota Viking.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So Braun said he was going to cash in on whoever wins. He waits outside. The match starts, and I'm telling you this right now. This is the kind of match I thought they should have had a long time ago. If they wanted to have these guys actually make an impact, you do not have Roman Reigns go the John Cena route of getting beaten down and getting the hopeful spot at the end.
20 plus minutes, getting busted open, bleeding half to death. Look, he's not John Cena. He's not Eddie Guerrero. He's not he's not an underdog. He's the big dog. When you have the big dog, you can't be an underdog because you're the big dog. Big dogs aren't underdogs.
They're big.
They're big.
Thank you.
Do not forget what he was.
Concise explanation, right there.
Do not forget what he was being called for a while. The Juggernaut. Do
Juggernaut.
you honestly think the Juggernaut would be beaten down till the end?
I'm the Juggernaut, Beastie Boy.
I love that
so-
Beastie Boy.
The
Glad
Beastie
I
Boy
didn't
thing.
glad I didn't say the other B word.
Thank you.
Yes. You have a hard enough time getting by the senses. As
I'm the Juggernaut, female dog. It's a big female dog.
They're both big female dogs.
Moving on.
All right.
Moving
Yes,
on.
we do need to move on.
I can say that because Brock's not
Moving
going
on.
to
Okay, so
I'm good.
Roman basically came out. Superman, punch. Spear
Spear
to guillotine.
And
Suplex, gets out of the way. Strowman eats a spear. Brock comes out. F5.
Steel chair. Chucks the case into the LED board.
Then goes back into the ring with the chair.
Takes a swing.
Takes
boom,
the swing. Spear. 1, 2, 3.
three.
Match is done, and we're happy it's over.
Thank you, God. I'm sorry. Thank you, Vince.
The match.
Why? I didn't like either one of them winning.
Good job. Let's put it this way. What is the best Lesnar single match we've had in the last recent years? The Goldberg matches.
The Undertaker matches.
The Undertaker
Yep.
matches.
2015.
SummerSlam and Hell in a Cell.
SummerSlam,
not
not
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Not
Because
WrestleMania,
WrestleMania 30 was bad.
Yeah, the concussion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was bad.
But basically, any match that he has, which is short and concise, and
Oh,
both
I'm
men
sorry.
look like they can win.
Rock versus Rollins versus Cena. Royal
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Yes.
that one was good.
Okay.
Rumble.
Yeah.
Much better.
You know what?
But I
would
said
even,
singles.
I would even put Brock versus Roman, where Seth cashes in on.
That was done. Very well done.
That was probably the best one that I've seen them do.
I feel that one works only because it was the first time Roman and Brock faced each other, and Roman probably underestimated who he was going up against,
So
yeah.
much.
which no longer the case.
No.
But it's
Although
done.
I did like how Reigns was laughing. It's just like
Yeah, he was laughing at the blood coming out.
They were both laughing. Like they were actually enjoing beating the crap out of each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah. When all's said and
That was
done,
what was so surreal about the match.
the feud's over. Thank God.
Thank you.
Finally.
Because Heyman's like, so when's the rematch? Kurt, forget
Cold-
about
there is
it.
no
All
rematch.
day in hell. Which
Cold day in Hell in a
which
Cell.
begs the notion, which begs the idea that Lesnar's going to have some role to play at Hell in a Cell, even if he's not actually. in it.
I don't think Hell in a Cell.
I
but
get the feeling. I
We'll
know
see.
it's-
Survivor
it's-
Series,
Survivor
We'll see,
Series.
but we got a ways to go for that.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I mean, you got Reigns saying, "Okay, I'm going to be a fighting champion now." First night on the job as new Universal
He
Champion.
gives the rematch to Finn.
The challenge that Finn had been crying about for 2 years, never got as long as Lesnar was champion. Suddenly, boom! There you go.
And we're getting the rumors about him versus Kevin Owens at Hell in a Cell. Another person who had never got
Another
his
former
rematch.
Universal Champion who never got his rematch. So boom! There you go. Another.
So you know what?
Yeah.
Not for nothing, Roman. Thank you. We're actually getting
So
matches.
basically, in the span
So
of
what
two,
is he?
so
what
basically,
is he? Cena, where he has like a
Open challenge?
universal.
no,
challenge-
he's
universal
never
champion?
Cena.
Open challenge.
No, he's
Oh,
never
goodness,
Cena.
No, never.
He's
He's
a
a
big
guy.
guy.
Not at all.
Get
No.
out of here. No.
He's a big dog. Cena's a movie star now.
Cena's a rock.
Cena's a rock.
Cena's the Rock. Cena's the Rock.
Like
Cena's
the
rock.
rock.
Ah,
Rock
Like the rock.
How dare you steal my joke? How dare you steal the joke I was about to do?
There's your song.
Like the rock.
All right.
All right.
That's the show, people.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I can't believe we managed. It's so nice when you have friends to dig through all of that. with.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness. Okay, and don't play us out.
Don't play us
We're
out
almost
yet.
there.
We're almost there.
Stop.
We're doing our thank yous.
Hit the
We
brakes.
gotta thank people.
Thank you. Okay, so relax.
So
Okay,
we would like to
everyone-
thank Kermit for always playing us out.
Okay, so everyone, exhale. Like what you say. Bang. There we go. Okay.
Moving on.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yes,
bum.
yes.
Actually, yeah, that's a good exercise. Okay. Anyway, yes, we'd like to thank everyone here at Bedford TV
Yep.
and Wrestling Connection. I'd like to thank
James,
Matt,
John
behind
in the
the
audience,
and of course
our out of control booth.
our control booth,
Subdued
all
booth.
the help today.
Thank you to Nakamura
Allison.
for giving me my belt back.
Right, and
He's a knock American.
He's a Nakamura.
He's a real knock American.
He's
a real
the first.
He's
the
a
first
knock American's knock American.
population.
Knock American.
Knock America is 2. Nakamura and this guy.
Knock America, knock America.
Knock America.
Okay.
So coming up next week. What will we do next week? Because I mean, we got
Hell in a Cell's
Cell.
coming up. Are we going to showcase Hell in a Cell?
I say we should. No, but not the pay-per-view. The concept. We're gonna deconstruct Hell in a Cell.
That's interesting. Okay.
Essentially, like we break it down. What makes it tick? What makes a good Hell in a Cell match?
That's a good idea. All right, let's do it.
All right.
And
so next
your favorite Hell in a Cell matches?
That'll come up after that. First, we're gonna go through
deconstructing
it.
Mick
We're
Foley's
gonna
most
take it
crazy-
apart bar by bar.
The craziest
Link
man
by
alive.
Link by link.
Yes.
There's bars holding the links.
Screen by screen.
Screen by screen.
Blood. I mean,
Chaos by chaos.
chaos by chaos. Yes.
All right.
All right.
So until then,
tune in.
next week.
Yes.
For deconstructing Hell in the Cell, episode 233. But in the meantime, for everyone here, for the Out of Control booth, everyone at Bedford TV, all of us at the Wrestling Connection would like to wish you a safe, happy weekend. And remember, as always, be connected.
get connected.
Stay
connected. See y'all next Friday.
Play us
What's
out,
up,
Kermit.
Kermit?
I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's some things that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it.
The Wrestling Connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Get us on screen.
No.
Missing from our outro.
Wow.
Encore.
Okay, fine.
Encore, apparently.
All right, Nick, you can come back.
Supposed to be.
We'll double down.
Someday we'll find it. The Wrestling Connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da doo. Da 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 dee da doo.
There we go.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah!